In every way, I'm not good enough in this country. Stop the fucking doing that. That's just rude for rude's sake. Don't do it. Just leave it out of your profile. Yeah. If I come to you and you don't like black guys, just go like, sorry, I don't think we're a match.
Yeah.
And if I ask why, well, then I brought it on myself. I shouldn't have fucking asked.
Exactly. And I think that if a black man is dating a dark-skinned or a darker-skinned woman, and then all of a sudden, once he gets money, his preferences change, then I think that Crystal, I don't necessarily know the context, but I feel like, yeah, that will raise an eyebrow for me too. Like, well, when did I become not good enough for you as being a dark-skinned woman? So I see that.
But sometimes it's, you can't always go by just because that. My first wife was dark-skinned and my second wife is light-skinned. I'm more successful and more established now than I was when I had my first wife. That's all a coincidence. Like, I'm older now. So that's why I'm more established and have more, not that I'm, anywhere close to being a baller or anything, but compare me, who I am now, versus me when I was with my dark-skinned wife, I'm more successful, have more money, more established, more everything, more education.
Okay,
everything.
all right.
But both of your wives, they look black, even though one's lighter.
But that's the issue. That's the
conversation. This is not the same thing as discounting an entire race. This is not the same thing as discounting an entire race.
We're having different conversations right now.
I'm just saying, though, that's not the same thing.
That was one conversation. She's circled back to what Crystal was saying on the Music Love Life show. Hers was about more like colorism.
That's just a different conversation. That's all I feel. Like that's nothing to do with this suit, though. I mean, if you want to have your preferences within, I guess, again, because then some people like blonde, some people like ginger hair, some people like brunette, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But you can't discount a whole race. That's my point. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt y'all. It just makes me angry that anybody would even apologize or say that this is acceptable in any kind of way and that they should have the right to do this. They don't.
No, you cannot. No, you can't discriminate against somebody like that.
Not on race.
Yeah, you can.
You can, but you can't openly put it out on a public site. You cannot be. There's no other place where you could do that. You can't put up something in the window and say we don't serve black people here.
That's true.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing as a personal relationship.
You can't use a app that people pay for to discriminate against them on their race. It is against federal law to discriminate against somebody for race.
Well, we'll see what the courts say about it. So you feel like it's okay to do it. You just can't openly say that you do it.
Well, people are going to do it. I'm not dumb. I understand that there's racism in the world, but your problem should not be my problem.
I don't even like the fact that we keep calling it racism.
It is racism.
I don't think it's racism. If you're not attracted to a certain race, that's not racist. Like, I'm not attracted to old people. It doesn't mean I don't like old people.
Stop. What the problem is that people are putting things on their profile that discriminates against people by actually calling people out and saying, I don't, basically they're saying, I don't like your race. There's something wrong with you because you're this, and I'm not having it.
I don't
do
think
that.
That's necessarily what they're saying. I think they're saying I'm not attracted to, like, Asians need not apply or black people need not apply because that's not who I date.
I can see both sides of it. I can see where Pip is coming from. Like, it can potentially be something that's like a very, very, very big deal. And apparently this guy feels like it's a very, very, very big deal. So, I mean, it could be something, that person may not be racist. It could be something that's as small as a preference. But I feel like you can't be rude to somebody like that. You can't put something like that just because of somebody's race. That's not right.
Okay, with that, we have to move on because I was now so caught up in the conversation. I have not been watching the time. We are way
Yes, but let us
behind.
know. We want to know what y'all think. So let us know what y'all think about that.
All right, here we go.
Bitch better have my money. People got to have it. Some people really need it. Bitch better have my money. Do things, bad things, really. Bitch better have my money.
Yo, it's Pip, and I'm back again talking about my life being broke. Broke like my asshole this week when I was sitting on that toilet from the diarrhea I had. Oh my gosh. My asshole's still broken.
Wow.
All right, everybody.
TMI.
This week,
TMI.
I'm coming to you. So twice a year it happens. And now is that time. Pip is actually encouraging you to spend money because it's clearance time. Yeah! Get hyped, y'all, because the seasonal clearance sales are happening now all across America. You get substantial savings. I've seen it up to 75, 80% off. Now, here's the deal. July is when the stores need to make room for new fall items. So January and July is usually when this happens, like twice a year when it changes the season, all right? So they have to make room for all the fall items. That's right. Even though it's mid-July, you can buy pumpkin candles and back-to-school backpacks. Even though it's still hot as Nicki Minaj left titty out there.
It's not that hot.
Just her left titty?
Just the left one.
That's what she showed.
The week before it was hotter than that. But stores have already changed over. They changed over. Like I said, they usually do it in January and in July, and sometimes as early as late June. So I'm going to help you remember this, all right? So next January, I don't even have to remind you of this. Remember this. When prices are high, when demand is high. Okay? When demand is low, prices are low. Really smart bargain shoppers know you buy your snow shovel when it's sunny.
Right.
You buy your umbrella when it's snowing. And you buy your sunglasses when it's raining.
Right.
Don't buy your grill around Memorial Day. That's when they cost the most. Buy one now. 4th of July is over. The stores sold all those 4th of July grills and those Memorial Day grills. They want to get rid of them now so they can make room for backpacks. And for Thanksgiving. Yes, Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
You heard me.
Snow shovels.
For more savings, if you want to wait, you can buy that grill after Labor Day weekend, but you run the risk of the item selling out. Also, and I'll make this real quick because we are over time, remember what I told you before about stacking, coupons, price matching. Go online, research what you look for other deals, look for other clearances. Now that we got online, you can use that to your advantage when you go to the box store because most stores will match. Also, if you know, like, hey, I can buy this online and they're going to give me free shipping. You can go to the store and say, I want you to ship to my house for free. They'll do that because they want your business. They want your money. So take advantage of those things. And remember that phrase, my favorite phrase I've taught you before, to ask the salesperson, can you do anything else for me price-wise? Now, most stores, they're going to roll their eyes at you because you already getting a substantial discount. You're always getting clearance. You're using a coupon, and you ask for free shipping, and you say, can you do anything else for me? They're going to be like, well, I'm already giving you money. Just ask because what do you care about what they think about you? You're trying to get savings. The worst they could say is no, and then what? You still spending what you're going to spend. If they say yes, you're getting that much more savings. And that's my broke-ass hack of the week.
Yay.
Okay, our question of the week, and we're going to go through these. We didn't have a great response this time.
This is a hard one.
It was hard.
It was a hard one, and then some people were acting brand new. I'm about to call our boy Chaz out. I'll start calling him St. Charles because this dude want to act like he ain't, like butter won't melt in his mouth. Like he ain't ever done nothing wrong to nobody ever. Like he ain't ever cheated. He ain't ever done nothing. He's just like, he had to go all the way back to he's 10 years old and all this kind of stuff. Or whatever. He was giving these examples where I'm like, Chaz, it don't really count if like he's well, I snitched on this one dude and he went to jail for life, but you know, it was because he was a serial killer. Oh. It was like, okay, well, does it really count as you doing something bad to him if he was doing something like far
really
worse?
Bad?
Yeah, it's like that's the kind of examples he would give. And I was like, that don't really count. No. Like, and he's not the only one. Other people were doing that too. My nephew, shout out to my nephew Deuce, who now listens to the show finally after 5 years. But Deuce, not to be confused with Deuce from the Brand X podcast. This is my nephew Deuce, who started this thing off with me 5 years ago with the Deuce and Dino show.
Awesome.
I don't think people like to admit in public forums that they've done bad stuff.
Yeah, this was all about, like just admitting that your flaws as a person, what maybe you learned from it, what or a mistake that you made or whatever. Just being vulnerable, just being, that's what it was about. It wasn't about, oh, I did this, but they deserved it because nah, that defeats the whole thing. Like, what's the worst thing that you ever did as a person that was just wrong and you did it and you did it and you just own that thing? That's what I was looking for. Okay. So let's see. Let's skip down to, we'll skip Deuce because his didn't really count that much either because it was one of those things that was deserved. But shout out, thanks for playing. Let's see. For lack of time, let's see. Here we go. Let's see what did Momo say. Momo said, when I worked with kids, I had a kid trip another kid down a flight of stairs.
Momo.
No, that was hilarious. Like, Momo, thank you so much for playing. Thanks for writing in with this. But I have to ask a follow-up. What did that kid do? Because I know he did something that, and he might, so this might be defeating my whole thing, but I like the fact that you didn't include that. Because that doesn't, but it's still kind of hard for me to imagine what this kid would have done that would have deserved that. I think your revenge might have been overkill, but I love it. It's hilarious.
That's good.
You better not ever do nothing like that to my kid.
Shit.
But I feel you on that, man. I'm curious to know what it was.
That's hilarious.
So write in and tell us what you did to that kid.
Okay.
And Dijon is cracking up.
That was hilarious.
Okay. Oh my God. Let's see. What else?
You know, Retania's?
Yeah, go ahead and retire this.
I worked as a hostess in a restaurant when I was 20, and I told the manager that a waitress was giving her friends free meals, which was true. She got fired, and I always felt bad because she had 5 kids to feed at home.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Wow. It's like, ooh, that was a little bit extreme. Like the punishment and versus the crime.
Somebody snitched on me when I was working at KFC. I was giving free cookies to kids.
Really?
Take the kids.
I had a girl who liked me at KFC over my house. Like if I went in not that long before closing, she would hook me up.
Oh yeah.
You want some wings?
She would just
my mama was tired of chicken.
You cute. I'll give you a breast.
Hey, now, some thighs
okay. My mama would come to the KFC and just give me the hand signal, like bring the chicken home and walk out. I'd be like, damn, all right.
This is another good one from Erica Lowry Jones.
Hey, Erica.
Shout out Twitter, baby. I don't think I should say, but I was upset, so I'ma say it. I sprayed bleach on some muffins because my college roommate always took it upon themselves to eat my food. I was tired. I was tired. Ooh, wow. Now, see, Chaz gave one that was similar to this one, but the reason why I didn't like his is because he told her how he gave all these warnings and this and that, and so then he did something, and then it was like, well, you gave him all these warnings and stuff. That's kind of like they deserved it. Again, not really what I was looking for. But she didn't say she gave him a whole bunch of warnings. She just said she got tired of them always eating her food, and so she sprayed it with bleach.
Right. She just said she was tired.
Right. I asked her what happened after that. She said she don't know because it was her
last
day.
Got on.
Okay. This is a pretty good one, too. This was an accident, but still. I got a chick banned from her senior prom on accident. She made a MySpace group.
MySpace.
Yeah, exactly. Group dedicated to people who hated my... You know what? I don't know if I should read this one because this one was an accident, too. This one don't really count. Sorry, Jonathan. Another cousin. Shout out to Jonathan. Well, yeah, it doesn't count. He did it by accident. That's not what I was looking for. I ain't looking for no accidents. This one is... Okay,
this is hilarious.
When I was working at the airline... This is Cornell Stewart. When I was working at the airline, somebody complained about how long it was taking to get their bags off the airplane. So I went upstairs, found their bags, opened it up, and put them on the conveyor belt and let everything fall out.
Oh, my God.
Fuck you. Now get your shit off the conveyor belt.
Damn.
That one was horrible, too. Let's see. Okay, there's another good one. Carl Milburn said, I stole a dude's girl in college, and I had to fight him, and he lost.
Wow.
So he took this dude's girl and then kicked his ass.
Right.
He's like Tupac up in this. Fuck your bitch and the click you claim.
Okay. Hello. As a record label, a crew, and an entourage.
Right. Okay, so let's go in here real quick. Pip, what's yours?
Okay, so I'm not a vengeful person, but I did go after somebody one time that's really awful. So I've had 2 awful roommates since I've moved to LA. And both of them at the very end were, I would say, cruel to me. Actually, they went out of their way to be vicious and nasty to me. So the first one that did it, my first part, he was actually a meth head as well, and he was a horrible person. I think the drugs made him worse. So I moved out. He was out of the country, and I moved out while he was gone. And while I was packing up all my shit, I couldn't find some of my stuff. So I went to his room, and sure enough, he had my stuff in his closet. And I was so angry, and I was so pissed off at him. So he's a gay dude, too. And I went, and I found his personal lubrication that was by his bed. And I put some toilet bowl cleaner in it, and I shook it up, and I left him a gift.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. By the way, that bitch didn't give me my deposit back either.
Fuck
So he
you.
deserved whatever rash she got. Now, if there's somebody else that was involved with that may have been also an unintended victim, I do humbly apologize.
We call that collateral damage.
You was fucking the wrong dude.
Okay.
Who fucked with me and he got fucked over.
Who fucked with the wrong dude, okay? Hello.
Wow. Okay, Dijon, did you come up with something?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
I cut somebody